IVM.
Welcome to Absolutely Right. I'm your host Aditi Surana. I have been blessed to be surrounded by artists and creative people all my life. My father was an art director, my sister is an actor, closest friends are designers, photographers, chefs, and writers. Even though, according to me, my career as a graphologist is an artistic and creative experience, technically speaking, I am professionally the least creative amongst them all. Our topic today, Stepping into Creativity, is rather an inquiry to find out 1. What makes creative people creative? 2. Can non-artistic professionals like me claim their creativity? And 3. What builds creativity and what kills it? With every Friday episode, we create a fun sheet, a PDF document that you can download from my website, aditisurana.com/podcast. Make notes, write personal experiences, scribble, doodle. You'll be surprised to see how this small additional step of using a fun sheet will help you internalize all these lessons a lot more. Creativity is a crushing chore and a glorious mystery. The work wants to be made, and it wants to be made through you. Author Elizabeth Gilbert wrote in her book, Big Magic: Creative Living Beyond Fear. You may wonder why give up a tried and tested safe path and run behind this elusive idea of creativity. What's the point? Gilbert says a creative life is an amplified life. It is a bigger life, a happier life, and an expanded life. And a hell lot more interesting life. Living in this manner continually and stubbornly, bringing forth the jewels that are hidden within you, is a fine art in and of itself. Which makes me wonder, what makes creative people creative? Human beings are born creative and then taught to be uncreative as they grow older. Pursuing our creative potential comes to a halt when we grow up. A famous artist, Pablo Picasso, said, "All children are artists. The problem is how to remain an artist when we grow up." Unfortunately, this remains true till date. As research shows, the moment children enter school and continue to grow into adults, the creative side of their brains are used less and less. Having said that, for some reason, creatives and creativity has this whimsical, unpredictable, and somewhat mystical vibe attached to it. We all have heard things like, "You're born with it." You have to be a right-brained person. Creativity falls into your lap. You have to be a little mad to be creative. For most people, these are excuses to never give creativity a try. They are excuses we use to avoid doing the work because we fear rejection, criticism, and failure. Studies by Clayton Christensen and his team uncovered the innovator's DNA. Your ability to generate innovative ideas is not merely a function of the mind, but also the function of 5 key behaviors that optimize your brain for discovery. Interesting, isn't it? The first point is associating, drawing connections between questions, problems, or ideas from unrelated fields. Second, questioning, posing queries that challenge common wisdom. Third, observing, scrutinizing the behavior of your customer, supplier, competitors, even family members to identify new ways of doing things. Fourth, networking, meeting people with different ideas and perspectives. And 5, experimenting, constructing interactive experiences and provoking unorthodox responses to see what insights emerge. Sir Richard Branson has a mantra that runs through the DNA of Virgin companies. The mantra is ABCD. Always be connecting the dots. Creativity is a practice. Let's look at what exactly we can do to step into creativity. First, be an observer. You can't be in any creative field without observing. A preoccupied, stressed, and anxious mind fails to pause and observe. Creativity need not necessarily mean inventing something fantastic. It can be found in everyday things. In this lockdown, cleaning the ceiling fans became my thing. Who would have thought? With every simple thing, we can be creative. if you become a keen observer, if you begin observing everything that is happening within you and outside of you. Point number 2, change up your surroundings, even minimally. I learned this from a famous Bollywood filmmaker of yesteryears. I used to meet him fortnightly for my coaching sessions with him. In every visit, I would observe the furniture moved a bit, photo frame swapped, book arrangement shuffled. Other than a huge MFO Sense painting on the wall, I think he had rearranged everything in those 6 months. One day, I couldn't curb my curiosity and asked him about all this moving and reorganizing. He said, moving things around helps me come up with newer ideas. Many experts call this the best trick. Not the sexiest one, as you have to put in some work in it, but it works for sure. Like houseplants, we start to settle in the physical spaces that we occupy on a daily basis. Data supports that creativity nudges can come from changes as small as warmer cup of tea or different colors in your room. So to implement this, try switching some of the items on your desk, orienting yourself differently, or changing the sequence of your daily routine. Point number 3, write by hand. This is my favorite trick, only because I am biased with my love for graphology. But beside that, Carrie and Alton Barron, authors of Creativity Cure, advise us to skip the Word document and PPT and pick up a pen instead. Sometimes the whole experience of writing by hand, the ink on our finger, the clutch of our pen, the smell of fresh notebook, all these things can get our creative juices flowing. Just think about it. We all are becoming touch screens and keypad bound, which means no matter what we do, our different experiences have the same tactile sensation. We touch and swipe the same screen, and for our brains, it is confusing. It does not create any variety and thereby does not make us feel creative. Fourth, be aware of the creativity destroyers. A. Premature judgment. To be creative, you will have to allow yourself to generate ideas and innovate freely without judgment. B. Lack of courage. Creativity requires taking a chance and being courageous. Fear is the biggest enemy of creativity. C. Avoidance of failure by being perfect. If your goal is to avoid failure and mistakes, you will play it out conservatively and quietly. In our previous episode called Perfectly Imperfect, I dive deep in this conversation. Do listen to it after you're done listening to this episode. D. Taking criticism personally. Fearing criticism is fearing growth. If you don't take it personally, I know, easier said than done, but if you don't take it personally, criticism is merely some feedback delivered in a harsh style. E. Analysis paralysis. In this terrible condition, you are unable to make up your mind because of information overload. Set a deadline to make up your mind. And after you have made up a decision, act. Point number 5, silence. You'll be surprised to know how silence and meditation can do wonders to enhance creativity. But you may question this. How not speaking and being quiet will enhance your expression to begin with? But it does. It is like pulling an arrow back and creating enough tension for it to travel distance. Now, all these points that I mentioned in the conversation are available in one graphotherapy stroke, a stroke that is called a flow of thought stroke. Very, very effective. There are a few steps that you require to follow for you to learn the stroke and to practice. All the information is mentioned in the fun sheet because it's difficult to explain a stroke, which is a visual thing, on an audio format. So please make sure that you learn the stroke and practice it for about, say, 10 minutes a day for complete connection to silence, to dealing with your creativity destroyers, writing by hand, and changing your surrounding by cultivating a new habit. And in the process, I ask you to observe your breath. So all these points of creativity enhancement are already included in the stroke. So try it out. Thank you so much for joining me on this episode of Absolutely Right. I would like to know what were your takeaways from today's episode. What small action will you be taking to step into your creativity? Write to me on my Instagram account at Aditi Surana. If you like this podcast, then don't forget to check out other interesting podcasts on IVM Network. You can listen to us on the IVM Podcast app or ivmpodcast.com. You can also follow us on our social media handle. We are at IVM Podcast on Twitter and Instagram. Next week, let's take this conversation around creativity a notch higher by talking to a senior commercial photographer and a photography teacher, Radhakrishnan Chakyat. I would like to ask him questions around his challenges and his hacks around creativity. Let's connect on Wednesday. Till then, happy writing!
I hope you enjoyed that show. We'd like to thank our sponsors this week, Paytm Money. It really has been a great week this week. We've had two of our first international cricketers show up, people who have played for their respective sides. We had W.V. Raman come on Edges and Sledges, the cricket podcast. If you haven't heard that, you should be listening to that if you enjoy cricket. It's really one of the best out there. And you should also definitely check out Monty Panesar, who showed up on Cyrus Says. That was another really interesting conversation that occurred. If you haven't been listening to a few of our shorter shows, please do that as well. Ashish Vidyarthi has been doing a great job for us. We got 30 episodes now on Begin the Journey. I think you really enjoyed that show if you haven't listened to it. It helps you with understanding what's going on in this tough time and how to deal with it from a mental health perspective. We've also had some really fun stuff come up on the Smile India show. Shifa's been doing a lot of really good stories over there, things that just make you happy, so definitely do check that out. And on the more serious side, make sure that you're checking out our regular shows like the Pragati podcast, All Things Policy. They're definitely going to keep you up to date on what's going on in this COVID world. And thanks for listening, and we hope to catch you again next week.
Namaskar, this is Ashish Vidyarthi. Yes, my friend, these are challenging times, but in these challenging times, we can create something extraordinary. Do take time to listen to my podcast, Begin the Journey, available on the IVM Podcast, website, app, or wherever you listen to podcasts. Remember, we have a great opportunity called life. Cheers.